Alright, here's a video talking about server wars. This week we just started our server war. Today's day one. And we compete as an entire server against another server. So this week we are competing against server 730. So the way you get points in this overall is it kind of combines with VS, where you just compete against one other alliance. But you just come into this Warzone duel. You can see here you're against, we are 714 and 730 is who we're fighting this week. So you hit this little I, and it tells you about, what's going on. But you want to come over to weekly results, and you hit this I, and it tells you how you get points. So from Sunday through Friday is the Warzone points race stage. The Warzone with the highest points gains the invasion right. On Saturday, the invader can head to the enemy's Warzone and seize its capital, or attempt to. The side with lower points is the defender, which needs to defend its capital on Saturday. Warzone points can be obtained by completing the following. So you want to win your alliance duel each day. So you want to do your best to win that regardless, but this also counts towards SVS as well. If you happen to be the MVP for that particular day for Alliance Duel, you'll get 6,000 points for that. And what that means is in this MVP, you'll check duel progress, and you'll see here on our side we have Admiral, who's MVP on our side, and Chaw Dog, who's MVP on their side. And if this were to end right now, Admiral has him by 15 million points. So right now, Admiral would win MVP for today and get 6,000 points toward SVS for our right to invade. And you always want to shoot to be the one to invade because it's just much better that way. Not only just it tends to be an easier fight if you're invading, but it's also easier to get your capital points or your SVS points if you're invading. And I'll explain that in a bit. Coming down, you have Apex Arena. You are the number one guy in Apex Arena. That gets you 500,000 points. Now, there can only be one guy who can be number one in Apex Arena as well as down here in Storm Arena, depending on which week it is when this is going. There can only be one guy who's number one. So you either have to be, super strong, spend a lot of money, however you do it. You got to be number one, you'll get 500,000 points for our server towards the SVS. Desert Storm, always shoot to win that, not just for the rewards, but for getting these points towards SVS, 50,000. Win the Desert Storm. Wanted boss, total damage. So if our Warzone causes more damage to the Wanted boss than the other Warzone, then we get those points. So these are the Wanted bosses, these guys here. I've made a video about how to effectively attack them. So right now, we are beating them by about 7 billion points. So we will probably win this day. I still have to attack it myself. So just make sure to attack this thing and get as much damage as you can each day. And whoever does the most damage on this guy each day gets the points towards SVS. So make sure to attack it. You can look back and see a video within the playlist that talks about attacking the Wanted bosses efficiently. Coming down, you got the Wanted boss first place. So not only if you attack it, but if you get the most damage against it in that day, you get an additional 150,000 points. So if you attack it and your Warzone causes the most damage collectively, that's 250. If you get first place, you get another 150, so you can get a total of 300,000 points each day if you happen to be the strongest in your server. And your server causes the most damage, you get 300k points that way. Successfully plunder one hostile Warzone truck. That's referring to the trade trucks. So you want to come into either right here into the trade trucks, and this is kind of the roundabout way to do it. You click around until you find a truck that says 730. This says 726 right here, so you don't want to hit that. Some of these might be lucrative, have a lot of stuff on them, but try to hit their trucks. So if you find one in this way, you could refresh it and keep looking for a truck. But once you find a 730, don't attack the truck you click until you're there. So let's just pretend for the sake of this video that this truck here, this 724, is a truck that says 730 instead. So you'll hit plunder. It takes you to their war zone, 724 in this case, but you want to shoot for 730 this week because we're against them, or whatever server you're going against. Once you have that, I would zoom out, unless you want to attack that truck, which I don't, but I would zoom out as far as you can until that truck disappears and kind of come back in a little bit where it reappears, like that. And then just start scrolling around their map and finding trucks, any truck. You know, you got the green, you know, obviously shoot for yellow and purple because they get the better rewards, but attack any other trucks by going around their server like this and attacking their trade trucks. Is the most effective way to get points that way. The other way, I believe you could click into grouping and you go to view. So we're against 730, so we go to view their server. This is the quick way to do it. Now I'm in their server, 730. Then I would just go around and look for their trucks this way and attack whatever I'm looking for. But make sure you're looting the server in which you are going against, because that's where you get points for SPS. This is 730 truck. That's already been attacked twice, so I can't hit it, but you get the idea. Coming back into here, that's attacking the trucks. Chief first place in arms race. That's this event here. Right there. So try to get first place in arms race. If you have someone within your own server that is ahead of you in arms race, don't try to waste resources to beat them, because they're already ahead of you. They will get the points for SVS. Now, unless you just want to win the first place rewards, that's up to you. But as far as SVS goes, there's 2714 guys here that are way ahead of me because I haven't done anything today, but try to win your arms race in first place because you'll get points. Right now we don't have a 730 guy at all in my arms race, so I'm not too concerned about losing points to them in my particular arms race, because this arms race, they just pair you up with a random 11 other people from your server groupings, and you may or may not get your SVS rival in your daily arms race. So just make sure to check that each day. Try not to compete with your own server in here unless you're just trying to win that first place prize, which I don't believe is very significant. Let's see here. We got here, rank and reward. So you just get a little bit more of the blue tier rewards, but you get one single UR shard, but you both get the purple decos if you go to number 2. So if you're trying to win for number 1, you'll get the extra shard. That's about the biggest increase there for you. So, and I believe that's the last bit. Those arenas that I was talking about, because that was part of it, the Apex Arena and the Storm Arena down here, are in here. I have mine over here, and it's this building here. So they switch these every 2 weeks to Storm Arena and 3v3 Brawl. You want, this is Apex Arena, this is Storm Arena. So you want to come in and try to get to be number 1. And if you're number 1, great. But our number 1 right now is this guy, and this dude is total hero power is 42 million, and I'm down here at 19 million. So, and that's the dude's strong. I'm never gonna get up there. So at the very least, come into here and just do your attempts, get your rewards. In this one, you get, if I win challenge 5 times, I'll get 700 honor points. And you also want to like these, so get 3 likes a day. 1, 2, 3. And the reason why is because you get those 30 diamonds per like. Come over here to 3v3 Brawl, even though it's closed, still get your likes. Alright? So that way you get 180 diamonds free every single day. But make sure you're doing your minimums at least in these arenas so you can get those honor points. Whether it's challenging it 5 times in the Storm Arena, or when 3v3 Brawl is open, you get 5 wins in here. You'll get honor points. So you could shoot for more, you could shoot higher. This one only lets you challenge it 10 times a day. This side lets you challenge it 30 times a day. You could try to go as high as you can. That's up to you. But I usually just go for the minimums because I'm not going to get up there. I'm not at that power level. So that's all I have for SVS. If anybody has questions, let me know.